What's going on, everyone? Before I get started, you know who it is. It's John Resurrection here, and we are selling cars like candy bars. And before I get into the mix on what Nissan has actually brought out there, I want you to check out the dealership that actually allowed me to come out and take one of their vehicles out. TeamNissan.com, Team Nissan Direct. Follow those guys. Below you'll see their website, their Facebook, their Instagram. Go hit and follow those guys. They're the #1 Nissan dealership in the Tri-County, and also notably they're in the top 50 Nissan dealerships in the nation. So follow those guys, and if you're looking for a Nissan and you're in the Oxnard, Ventura, Santa Barbara County area, come and see those guys for sure. They'll make sure that they take care of you. Late. What's going on, everyone? It's your man John Resurrection here, and we are at Team Nissan right now, and we're gonna pick up the Nissan Kicks. Let go. Now, usually in the shoe game, the front of the shoe is typically called the toe. And usually, based on my shoe game and what I like to look at, is the toe of the actual shoe. And if it excites me and if it looks good, then I'll look at the rest of the shoe. Well, what Nissan's done with the Nissan Kicks, they like to call it the front end, the fascia of the vehicle, the hood. Does it excite me? Well, Nissan is actually stick to what they're actually doing with all the vehicles. They put the V shape that is located right in the front, chrome, and then they're also very proud that it is a Nissan, and they're showing you the emblem there. But a lot of great things that are notable through here is the monotone paint treatment that's all the way in, and then also the ventilation system. Now, on some of these here, it's actually closed up, but you can see that there's some actual holes that are located here that's going to allow to cool the engine and allow it to actually breathe when it's all said and done. Helps it with better with the fuel economy, and then also just the maintenance of that particular vehicle. Now, on the SR edition, you're actually going to get the fog lamps on this particular one. Also, the boomerang shape as far as the headlamps are concerned, and then all the intricate detail that's inside of that vehicle. Throwing a little bit of chrome in there, putting a little bit of the black lacquered in there as well, just to give it that a little bit extra styling points when it comes down to it. Great job, Nissan, on the front end. Let's take a look at the rest of the Kicks. It's my favorite part, the shoe game. And if you're gonna have a name like Nissan Kicks, you better have a nice shoe game. Now, what I love about what Nissan has actually done is, not only does it already come with a very nice 17-inch wheel, it's actually a stylish wheel. But the great thing, like even in the shoe game, you can customize these wheels. They have a lot of different inserts, which a lot of people think that it's going to be extremely expensive. I mean, if you check your normal parts department or Nissan USA, you'll find out that the inserts are actually pretty cheap. They're like 70 bucks, which in the shoe game is really nothing. A pair of Jordans or a pair of Nikes, they all were like 100 bucks when it's all said and done. So I think for $70 to throw some inserts in here to give it a little bit more flavor to that particular wheel is well worth it when it comes down to it. Make that shoe your own, make this kick your own as well. Now, what Nissan likes to say is that the Nissan Kicks didn't replace the Juke, but let's just be honest. The Jukes didn't have the flavor that the Kicks actually have. So I like to say the Nissan Kicks is the big brother that came into the game and said, you know what? Let me show the people why Nissan is legit and that they actually have all the style in the world. I mean, take a look at it. With the dark blue on the exterior. They were playing with the color scheme, throwing the black on the mirrors on the side, and then also on the very top they threw the white that's on the top. Great contrast when it comes down to it as far as the styling points is concerned, making sure that everyone is paying attention on what's actually going on. Now around the vehicle, what you're going to see, it's not just front, side, and rear, it's actually one movement all the way through. And they wanted to follow that scheme on the side when it's actually moving, that is constantly moving and it's in motion. So I like to say, great job Nissan, and actually what you've actually done to the side of this vehicle. Now, you guys know my favorite is always what? The trunk. The junk in the trunk, the booty, the back end. And what Nissan is very proud is obviously putting the kicks on the back. A lot of great safety features though too back here. Obviously you're going to see the rear sensors back here. You're also going to see the rear backup camera located right there. But the one thing that I wish that they did, and I understand why they did it, is make this more portion right here where it's actually plastic be a part of the monotone paint treatment that's back here. But I get it. It's value when it comes down to it. If you wanted this piece to be this color here, it's going to bring the price point a little bit higher. But I get this. This portion of the back end always gets beat up. So I understand that aspect of it. But if you could also tell, as an accessory, they have the chrome finish that's obviously for the exhaust pipe located right there. But again, once again, with the SR badging, Nissan again is very proud of what they've actually produced back here. But my favorite is the trunk. Let's check it out. Now obviously this is not going to be a proper walk around if I don't show you how many shoe boxes you could fit in the trunk of this vehicle. So let's check this out and see how many shoe boxes we can fill this back seat up. Now, based on my scientific experiment, you could see that I could put 4 shoe boxes up with the lid down. Now, if my shoe game is as serious as a lot of people's shoe game is out there, I think I could stack about another 2. So if I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the back, and then if I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, 5 times 6 is what? 30 shoe boxes? The Kicks game is on fire. Now, one of the things I always have to remember when I'm shopping for a car or looking for a vehicle out there, and the biggest pitch for me is when a salesperson says the value of the car. Typically when they say value, folks, that just means that they cut corners on some of the things on the interior of the vehicle. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of things that Nissan cut corners as far as the interior is concerned, but nevertheless, I get it. There's a reason why there's a price point, and it's affordable for a lot of people out there, and it does offer a lot of other great things as far as the technology is concerned. But come on, let's be real. Armrest, 1 on the driver's side and none on the passenger. Nissan, let's just be honest. It doesn't cost much to throw another armrest in there. That's just gonna be my biggest gripe. So I hopefully on 2018 and a half or 2019, when you bring this car back out, because it is gonna be pretty popular, you throw an armrest in there. But nevertheless, that's my gripe on that one. So what I did find in this particular one is that when you're looking through the vehicle here, they did put a little bit of detail here as far as putting the soft leatherette aspect here on the dash, and then also putting the double stitching when it comes down to it. One of the things that they didn't skip is putting the black lacquer. Always a great touch when trying to build a little bit more luxury feel in a vehicle is throwing that black lacquered in there. That's also going to be located on all the ventilation systems, and then also you're going to find it in the shift knob area as far as the black lacquered in there. Now when you come over here, you get the leather wrapped steering wheel, obviously, because you're on the higher trim level, and then also down here you're going to see the leather wrap as far as the shifter is concerned. So you didn't completely screw it up, but you could have did a little bit better. But nevertheless, I get it. With the Apple CarPlay and the things that they put in there as far as technology is what in the 25 to 35 age group, which is I'm in that same age group, it makes sense, and I get it, because I really don't care for the hard plastics on the side because my arm is not on that aspect. So I get it. So Nissan, you didn't completely screw it up, but just please put another armrest on the passenger side. It's important. Okay, folks, so here we go. We're gonna see how the Nissan Kicks actually kicks it into gear. You see what I did there? Kicks it into gear in Oxnard, California here. And we're gonna see how it goes. Let's go. Now obviously, if you're in Oxnard, California, you gotta stop by one place at least. It's called Blenders. It's amazing. Sorry, Jamba Juice. I just like Blenders better. Now, some of the things that I got to remember when I'm driving an actual Nissan is that they actually have what it's called a CVT transmission, now which is a continuously variable transmission. And if you're used to driving a 6-speed or 8-speed, some vehicles even have 10 speeds now, you got to remember that you're never going to feel a gear. Now, Nissan's explanation on that is that, well, it has an infinite amount of gears, so it's going to feel more like an airplane. You got to take off and you got a landing feel when driving this vehicle. Obviously, what it's going to do is just maximize your fuel economy when it's all said and done. So just remember that when you're driving a Nissan and when you're actually feeling the car. But a lot of great things that they actually have in this particular vehicle is that it does create this smoother ride when it's all said and done, because you don't ever feel an extra jerking sensation when going through different gears or your vehicle trying to find a gear. So that's one of the great key points as far as the transmission. Now, if you're looking for power, this ain't for you. Okay, it's a 1.64 cylinder engine, remember. So 1.64 cylinder engine, obviously what it's trying to capture is the fuel economy, the fuel efficiency of the vehicle, and matching that and pairing it with the continuously variable transmission. It's actually put the Nissan Kicks in the top when it comes down to fuel efficiency in this class and segment of the car business, in the car industry. So kudos on that, Nissan. Congratulations, your CVT and putting the 1.6 together and maxing out the fuel economy. Great key points on that. Now, one of the things that you should also remember that on the Nissan Kicks is that it's a brand new vehicle to the state, so it's not going to have the safety ratings when it comes down to it. But let's just be honest, there's so many safety features in vehicles now, especially in the Nissan Kicks when it comes down to it as well. You got the airbags obviously in the front and the for the driver and the passenger. You got the side curtain airbags that are all the way throughout the vehicle, and then you also have the one that's also for the knee. It's actually not that bad as far as the quietness in the cabin. Obviously with the CVT, it has this revving sensation sound, which is okay, but once you get to a certain speed, you know, the exterior of the exterior sound doesn't come through. But let's just be real, let's just be honest. If you have a Rockford Fosgate system and you're bumping music, you really can't hear the outside anyways. So let's debunk this, well, the exterior is too noisy and I can hear it in the cabin. Because if you're bumping your music, you ain't gonna hear it anyways. That's my 2 cents. You guys did it. You made it again. Usually 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, you guys just normally hit next. But you've actually made it, which I think is amazing. Must be saying that I'm doing something a little bit right. But once again, I want to say a special shout out and thank you to Team Nissan in Oxnard, #1 Nissan dealership in the Tri-County and also in the top 50 in the nation, for allowing me to show everyone what Nissan has put out there as far as the Nissan Kicks is concerned. They've done it right. Innovate does excite, and they have innovated and they're exciting the people out there right now with this Nissan Kicks. Styling points, comfort and convenience, the appearance of the vehicle, it's all there. Although they're trying to target the 25 to 35-year-old crowd, I think it is actually for everyone. With some things that they could improve on, based on the value of that vehicle, there's a whole lot of car, a whole lot of technology, and a whole lot of flavor in the Nissan Kicks. So if you're out looking out for a vehicle, make sure you go and take a look at all the Nissan dealerships around. Check out their website. Again, look down below. Make sure you comment, share, like, the whole bit. Help your boy out, because you know what? We're out here selling cars like candy bars. Late!